Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everyone. I'm DJ Sean, that charity streamer that raises money and awareness for charity throughout the year. This month, the final month of 2018, the month of December, Merry Christmas, everyone. We are raising money for a fantastic Australian organisation called Beyond Blue. Beyond Blue help out fellow Australians that are going through some tough times with mental health, such as depression and anxiety, and most importantly, thoughts of suicide. They do some fantastic work with those individuals, especially those with suicidal thoughts and general mental health concerns. So very happy to be supporting them, and over the moon that we have raised as much money as possible, or as we have. We smashed through that first goal in just a few days of $100, and we've smashed the second goal of $200. It's a fantastic organisation. 100% of our donations are going through to charity, and they are donated live at the end of the month, which will be the start of the new year. Big welcome to everyone today. We have got a bit of an interesting flight ahead of us. We are sitting here in the TBM 900. My lovely TBM just here. It is a fantastic aircraft. If you haven't flown it before, or you're on the fence about whether you're going to get it or not, it is a pilot's aircraft. You do need to fly it. It's not as forgiving as some of the other counterparts, or definitely as forgiving as jets. You can get yourself into all sorts of trouble, as I just did before. The destination that we're going to, called Locher Airfield. My dog's barking. Locher Airfield in the Italian Alps today. When I was testing the scenario, I was silly enough to spawn in the TBM there on a very steep slope, and ended up dropping it out of the sky onto its belly, and I think I did about $500,000 or $600,000 worth of damage to it. So something that I didn't really do. X-Plane kind of did it, which kind of cheesed me off a little bit, but we got it all fixed up, fingers crossed. I even managed to bust the nav light at the back of it just here, so yeah, it wasn't a good time, but damn it, we fixed the aircraft, and it's ready to go for the flight. So let's have a little bit of a chat about the flight today, because it is a bit different, and it's going to be a bit interesting. And I'm actually thankful. Normally, those of you who know me well know that I like some bad weather. I like to fly into some bad weather and have to work. We have got a bit of foggy weather here in our departure here in Italy. Or mid-Italy, but where we're going is cav okay, so ceiling visibility is okay. We'll go through that in just a few minutes, which is good for us, because we're not actually flying to the airfield that we've got on the plan. We're actually flying 8 nautical miles to the north, tracking up a valley to land into Locher Airfield. So let's have a little bit of a look here. This is the actual plan here from down here in Italy. I don't know if the south of Italy is down here, obviously, but so kind of to the north, I guess, North Italy, and going right up to almost up to the border here, Bologna to Bolzano, and I apologise. It is a little foggy in Italy, absolutely, and I apologise to any Italians that I've maybe just crucified those names with. But what we're actually going to be doing is, you can see us down here, this little magenta arrow. We're flying to the north, and then once we get over to the top of our airfield just here, we're actually going to, you can't really see it on this map, I'll show you in just a few minutes, we're actually going to fly up a valley which is pretty much just to the north here, about 8 miles, and I'll be landing in between the mountains at Locher Airfield. So it's going to be quite interesting. We're going to have a good flight, hopefully. Speaking of the airfield itself, this is a fantastic Italian group, I think, XPFR, or maybe they're French, given French-speaking creators. Yes, they're French. There you go, Sean. Good work there. This is the actual airfield that we're flying into. I might zoom in there just for us all so you can have a little bit of a closer look there. This is the strip just here. You can't really see that where my cursor is. This is the strip just here. So we're going to fly up the valley from where this photo was taken, come up behind where the camera is looking, and fly and land up just here to a U-bolt. And there's a taxiway that you can see just down the left here, and there's actually a Pilatus PC-12 just there. And there's a little bit of a surprise. The quality of this little airfield is is fantastic. It's a giant pain in the ass to install. It's got its own little batch of Lua scripts as well, and you need to get custom mesh, and you need to get custom ortho scenery, you need to get custom overlays to make sure it all matches up and stuff like that. But the end result, and that's actually how I broke my TBM the first time. I forgot to put the mesh on, so the aircraft was dropped about 5 or 6 meters, and yeah, it didn't work out too well for me. So this is the field just here. If anyone is interested in it, I will quickly paste the link just down there for everyone. You can take a bit of a look at it in a little bit, or a bit of a closer look, should you want to do that. Alrighty. Well, let's have a little bit of a look at the flight plan today. So this is us just here. We are operating my my call sign, so my initials of my name, and we're heading from, as I said, Bologna up to Bolzano. It's only going to be a 41-minute flight. It's going to be a pretty quick flight from there, and I'm thinking, depending on what people want to do on the stream, it's very quiet on the stream. Everyone's away at Christmas. That's okay, but we might continue to fly north. The weather in Germany is pretty crap in certain parts of Germany. I flew into Frankfurt just the other day in the 7-3 actually, and it was very crap. We actually had 2 go-arounds, and I was coming in for the 3rd attempt, and if I didn't get in on the 3rd attempt, I was diverting. Sure enough, 3rd time's the charm, and we got it. We got in there. It was quite the thing that made me go around wasn't necessarily the visibility, even though it was actually getting worse. It was the wind. It was a 30 knot gust. It was a true 30 knot plus 30 knots on your wind there. So that's a lot of airspeed to lose short final when you're plus 10 on your VREF and trying to come in, and you're suddenly well under your landing speeds. So yes, that was good fun. So in the TBM, hopefully it'll be probably a little bit more violent. But I think in Frankfurt might be next after Locher Airfield. We'll see how we go. So it's only 41 minutes up there. Sorry, I digress. The shear rate's is 0. That's really good. I've never seen it that low before, so it's going to be a smooth flight. We're only up at 20,000 feet, and when we get up there, the wind is 343 degrees at 17 knots. We are carrying some alternates. We have got Innsbruck there. This airfield's not too far from Lowy, from Innsbruck. It starts to go into the Alps, and then you start getting the terrain to build up on that. So it's only about a 25-30 minute flight from Innsbruck, which is kind of cool. I was kind of hoping it was be a bit longer, like an hour and 30, because that would be a really nice flight to do. But we might hop skip it into Innsbruck on the way up to Frankfurt or something like that. We'll see how we go. Okay, so moving down, this is the business end of the flight plan. You can see our route there from runway 30, landing at runway well, that's not where we're going to be landing. Don't know if there's no grass strip labels on Locher Airfield where we're headed, so that could be interesting. It's only 132 nautical miles today, up to flight level 200. That's our spot wind data. This is the format for a 737-800. So you just have to ignore some of this stuff. This is our flight plan here. And our primary alternate to Innsbruck, should we need to divert. I don't think we'll divert. We might just go back to Bolzano. Okay, so looking at the wind or the weather here, so we know from looking out the window just behind the flight plan there, the weather looks pretty crap. And what do we got? 0850 Zulu. So that's that's not too long ago. So what do we got here? Actually, that is a little while ago. It's an hour and 10 minutes ago. So the wind is 270 at 4 knots. It's actually variable between 230 and 320 degrees. The visibility... Oops, I clicked something then. The visibility is sorry, the wind is, yes, we've done better on the wind, blah, blah, blah. The visibility is only down to 400 meters. I think I don't know about you guys, but I think it's definitely getting a little bit above 400 meters. I think we're starting to get a little bit more than that now. Don't need to worry about you. Don't need to worry about you. There is freezing fog, so it's going to be pretty cold here. The temperature is currently 0 degrees, and the dew point is -1. Wow, QNH 1029. And it looks like that visibility is going to get a little bit better. That visibility is improving, which is what we're seeing now. But after a little while, that visibility comes right back in again, I guess, towards the end of the day here. And we get down to 300 100 meters and fog again. Going up north, actually, maybe it is getting a little bit worse. My weather just refreshed, and I lost a row of trees there in the background. So to our destination, Bolzano. So we are only going 8 nautical miles further north from Bolzano. So Bolzano is probably going to be a pretty good representation of what the weather's going to be like. We are flying into valleys though, so I know that the weather can change a little bit. Variable at 1 knot, that's good for us. Cav okay, so ceiling and visibility is okay. It's quite nippy though. It's going to be probably colder up in the mountains. Temperature -3, dew point -5, QNH 1030. And looking at the TAF, it's going to stay much the same for the foreseeable future. This is a sideways view of our flight. You can see some of that terrain we head over and track down to on the later part of the flight. The route up there, we're fighting a headwind, almost a direct headwind the whole way, and that is the conclusion of our flight plan. Alrighty guys, well what we might do is go ahead now and get everything configured on the aircraft. We'll jump into VR and get underway. So we can get rid of you, and we'll get on board the aircraft now. So let's go to the payload screen here. I know that from my fiddling and stuff like that, we're going to have to fill it up back up. So I always take off with full tanks in the TBM. Unlike the 7.3, it doesn't hold a hell of a lot, and it's got a really big capability there. It's got a really big envelope, which is really nice. So we'll fill up. We put 3 people in. It does like a little bit of cargo in the back, just to bring the nose up a little bit in cruise, and that's all looking good. We can close that door there and that one there. Go ahead and get rid of the chocks now. And we'll go ahead and get my rudder pedals, get ahead and put those parking brakes on now. Alright, let's go ahead and power the aircraft on. We'll just close over the door. We won't lock it just yet.
Oral warning, okay.
There we go. Get the aligning of the INS, and we want 1029 on the standby there, and we are 1029 on the primary, which is just there.
TAWS system test, okay.
TAWS system test, okay. What do we want? Runway 30, which is there, okay. Beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead now and get the flight plan loaded up. So flight plan menu, we'll delete the flight plan that's in here because that's not ours. And then it's, what do we want? It's that one over there. Press enter, and we're going from LIPE to LIPB, enter U, which is what we want. The departure we had today is, the flight plan gave us was the LUMAV 5 Zulu departure, so we'll go ahead and chuck that in. So flight plan procedures, select departure, the 5 Zulu, enter, and runway 30, that's what we want. Execute that guy. That's a bit interesting. That doesn't look... Don't know if that looks right. That looks very different to the chart. It should be a right-hand turn. LUMAV. Maybe I chose the wrong one. I did choose the wrong one. Whoopsie-doo. I got my U's and my O's mixed up here, so let's go ahead and fix that guy up. So select departure. LU. Lumax, Luma 5 Victor. That's looking better. There we go. So it should be a right-hand turn, intercept the radial, and then outbound to our first waypoint. Beautiful. That's what we want.
Game launch detected.
Oh, hey, Austrian controller, welcome. And wow, we just had a sim crash. We've never had a sim crash like that before on the ground. Wow, you Austrian, you jinxed my you jinxed it. Wow, that's new. What was that? What was that crash? TBM exception access violation, kernel base. Wow, that's the TBM crash that a whole bunch of people get. Okay, well, we'll create a backup of the log file real quick and get going again. Wow, that was interesting.
Game launch detected.
Yeah, Austrian, I definitely will. That is the crash that people get. I've been following the thread on the Hot Start forums, and yeah, we just got it. That's a little bit annoying. Alrighty, well, it wasn't. We didn't get set up too much. The TBM will hopefully remember a little bit of it, and hopefully it doesn't crash again, and then we can get going. How you doing, Austrian? Merry Christmas to you. Welcome to the stream. Just get these scenery files loaded and then we'll get underway. Done a fair few flights in the old TBM over the last few days and not had any problems. Oh, nice. You're doing some TBM hops as well. Beautiful. No, we might just reload it and just get a fresh TBM. Getting slow. You are.
Getting slow.
Let's do the payload again real quick. That one there. Put some aft cargo of 40 and we can close you. Get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you. Fuels, full tanks on that side, full tanks on that side. Get rid of the chocks and we'll power the girl back up again. Hey Milo, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. How's your aircon? Is it cool in your office down now, buddy? Did you get yourself anything nice for Christmas? I needed some new shoes. I know it sounds boring, but I picked up. I got some R.M. William boots, which are some really nice boots. And I kind of bought myself some early Christmas presents. Like I bought those Thrustmaster pendulum rudder pedals. Bought myself a PC upgrade. Yeah, Santa was pretty good, but yeah, Santa needs. It'd be nice if Santa was paying the bills. Hey Zil3, welcome to the stream. How you going? Welcome. Alrighty, let's go ahead now and flight plan. Let's we'll clear that. We'll just clear it and we'll just rechuck it in. That's really quick to do. So delete you, over to you, press you in, and we're going to number 7. That guy there, enter on you, then it's procedure, select departure.
System test, okay.
And then we're down to the Luma 5 Zulu, which should be a 5 Zulu, Lumav. Should be out and a right-hand turn, which it is. That's right there. Santa gave all my presents to Sean. That's funny. It's actually interesting. I think there was an issue with the TBM because I've got a different my ground charts in again. That's interesting. Very interesting. I'm currently waiting on my GPU and PSU to arrive. Awesome, Austrian. What did you end up getting? Brisbane. I'm from Gold Coast. Heaps harder to find a streamer for piloting Oz. NZRL did a really shocking job of pronouncing that name. We normally stream in Australia, but there's some far better weather overseas at the moment, so we're kind of over here at the moment. RTX 2070, an EVGA 650 a QC, nice buddy. If you're doing any overclocking, I know the 2080s are pulling like 300 or 400 watt, so just be careful there with that. Morton Plus, I bought a new PC and yoke and pedals before Christmas and flown once, need to get into gear. Oh buddy, come on, stop watching me, go now. I'm killing on my battery here, guys. Okay, let's go ahead now and get ourselves sorted. So what I'm going to do, guys, is jump into VR, and then we'll get underway. So you're going to see or hear a slight mic change. So guys, can everyone still hear me okay? I've been testing my new PC setup still, so let me just know that you guys can hear me okay, and I'll keep going. What the fuck? That mic is what the fuck? Is it Okay, that should have fixed it. So this choppiness is one last little bug I've got with my setup, and it's got something to do with Fixie. Awesome, thanks guys. Yeah, I get this. Yeah, it's one little bug. I've had like a list of like 15 or 20 bugs and I've been fixing over the last few days. That's the last one, and I can't nail it down. Pretty sure it's a buffer size or buffer issue somewhere in the software that I run. But what are you going to do? I'll get there. I'll fix it. All right, I'm killing my battery here, so we probably better start getting ready. Buffer up, absolutely. So the stream is going to go black here for just a small second while we go ahead now and jump into VR. So give me a second here, guys, and then we will go ahead and get underway. So that one, and VR, and enable. Okay, you guys should be able to see me in a hangar with a big Cathay 7.4. Let's jump back on the flight deck here. There we go. Nice and foggy. Get that bloody the good old cable out of the way. Get my hands back. Get my other hand. Let's get ourselves sorted. We'll close the door here. Now let me go ahead and pull some people into VR. So monitor 2. No, I don't want monitor 2. That was the wrong monitor. I've got all these bloody monitors and I can never remember which one is the one that I want. There we go. So we'll chuck you guys about there. Bring you there, and we'll get the charts and bring the charts in here. Pop the charts just there. And we'll go ahead and get rid of you. One of the things I forgot to do, and I should really do it, is connect to Xsquawkbox. I haven't done that yet. Plugins, connect. There we go. Alrighty. I've explained, but yeah, let's not talk about it. I don't know how to set it up correctly. It's alright, buddy. I am going to do a video where I can walk you guys through it. So you've got more black VR side than you used to. When I move my head, yeah, it's I've got to tweak that as well, buddy. I might join you if you fly online. I am flying online now. Need to get my TBM in the air. Well, Zil, for those of you that didn't catch the start of the stream, we are actually operating to from here in Bologna up to Bolzano, I think, Bolzano, but we're actually heading to an airfield that is 8 nautical miles up the valley called Locher Airfield, which should be quite interesting. All right. Let's go ahead and get going here, otherwise I'm going to kill my battery here. So manual override is all the way back, throttle is cut off, strobes are on, Oxby P2 on, we've got the propeller area is clear, and starter engaged. So we're going to go hit a timer, we've got the timer there, and starter go. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. Looking for 13 on the NG. There's 13. 1 click. Stop dinging. Electrical fifth fault. Let's just see if that clears. Ooh. Okay, so throttles, check starter, yes, starter is gone, yes, we don't have to worry about you. Throttle, flight idle. This is where we test whether the parking brake is definitely on. Watching the perimeters, watching the prop RPM come up. Yeah. Actually been in real life to Bolzano 3 months ago. Very nice around there. Wow. It's it looks amazing. Those fuel tanks over there, that's about as far as I can see. Looks great. Okay, so interferometers we've checked, and AP to auto. Check you. Generator switch to main, and hopefully that clears the electrical fault. We've got amps, electrical fault, feather fault. Ooh. Okay, let's just switch you to standby, back to main. We've got a fault here in this aircraft. Electric feather fault, and that was there. Start, reset, timer off. So I think we have an issue with feather in this aircraft. Let's just go back and have a look. Nashi feathers, electric feather fault. Anyone ever had that before in this? Electric feather fault. Oh, Zil, there is a TBM model, and I see you as a TBM model over there, if that's you just over there. Electric feather fault. Guys, I think we're just I'm gonna have to quickly shut it down here for a second to just check the maintenance log, because I think we've got an issue. Let's just go out of here. Let's go to system. What do we got? Electric. What do we got here? Battery main. Yeah, that's all looking green. That's all looking good. Fuel generator. Yeah, that's looking fine. That guy should clear. Let's just do a display backup test. And just see if that clears it. No, that doesn't. Alright, what we'll do is we'll quickly shut it down. And we'll just have a very quick look at the maintenance log, because I'm pretty sure we can easily fix that. And then we'll be good to go. I'll just crack the door open again. Alrighty. Just get rid of you and over to the maintenance manager. Maintenance log, you can see all the stuff that I've done. Oh, we're going to have to tick those boxes. One sec, guys. Yes, I know the engine is shut down. I don't need you to ding and remind me. Engine, open engine, it's all good. Electrics, crash bar is not down. Okay, we'll just quickly turn that down, off and shut down. Electrics, access. Ooh, auto feather. Yeah, we have a broken auto feather. There's another $750 done. Alrighty, we're good now. Alright. I need to fix the orientation. There we go. That's better. Sorry about that, everyone. We had a dodgy aeroplane. For some reason, why are you guys... Can I move you guys around at all? For some reason, you're stuck there. Alright, let's go power you back on there, and now we can go. Okay, I just had my Oculus crash, so it's not that version of driver. Did it crash? Oh, this stream's going really well. My Oculus just crashed. Let's disable VR here real quick. Sorry guys, 1 second. I can easily fix this. Okay, so it's not the driver issue that I thought it was. It's funny, you do all this testing before a stream and it all works flawlessly, and as soon as you press the stream button, the whole world disintegrates. That one there, that one
Auto
there.
warning, okay.
Okay, to you and enable VR. There we go. Can you guys see again? No, you can't. We'll fix that up real quick. Mirror. There we go. Awesome. Sorry about that, everyone. Things are going from bad to worse here at the moment.
Pause system test. Okay.
Alright, so monitor 3, grab you guys out, chuck you guys over there, and we'll go straight to the departure because we know where we are on the field, and we'll just chuck that guy there, and back to you. Monitor 1, back to you. Okay, alrighty. Close you. Okay, beautiful. What do we got here? Flight plan. We've got our departure and everything's still there. Zoom out a little bit. Yeah, cool. Everything's still there. We've got a nice hot engine. No, the engine's cold. Okay, maybe that got reset. Close you. We're going up to 20,000 feet, so we might as well just chuck that right up now. No point waiting. 20,000 feet. And what do I want? Flight directors. 20,000 feet. Nav. So we want flight director, nav. Okay, so now we're good to go. We should be right. Leading edge simulations. Hey buddy, welcome. My VR sensors were tingling. Hey buddy. Well, speaking of bugs, I just had a crash in it. Just before, which is the crash on the forums that people are posting about, and you guys wanting people wanting our logs. So I've got the logs available to post, and I just had a little bug there that had a broken auto feather, electronic auto feather, which I've just fixed. Yes, I am an R2. Yes, buddy, that's probably half my problem. If okay, so checklist. So you are back. Strobes, we just turn the nav lights on for this one. You are on propeller area starter, switch starter. We are clear. Let's go ahead and start it. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato. Naughty boy. I couldn't help myself. I've been flying in it fine though. It's been perfect until I press the stream button, until I click streaming, and then it's like, yep, here's an Oculus Rift crash, here is a auto feather fault, and here's a sim crash. Yes, I am okay with the throttle, yeah. I feel like the knobs though, they move too much when you twist them. I find that they're a little bit touchy with the old, like, I feel like you could use some like bigger clicks, like a little bit of gap in each click. I feel like the clicks are way too close together, and it's really hard to get like an even number. So look right there, I've done 19,900 when all I want is, there you go. Whoop, I overshot it a little bit. There you go. Just a little bit, buddy. They're great. Otherwise, it's really nice cockpit. Okay, so throttles. Yes, I'm not on that. So I'm not worried about that. So throttles, flight idle. Let's just come up. Parking brake is on. Check the engine parameters. Beautiful. Yes, Oxby P2 auto. Check you. Okay, generator selected to main. I'm watching the difference there. Yes, we've got battery high amps because we're on the battery for a little while. Over to standby. Should see a bit of a change there, which we do. Back to main. And that's all done. Okay, yes, I am aware of the amps. Over to autopilot trims, and I'll put the auto selector on now. Check oxygen is checked. Display backup button. Yokes are good, like the position of the VR MFLs on them. Yes, on the site, they're good there. Do I feel like I don't know. I know it's probably too hard to request it, but I almost feel like the seats in these seats, and please don't tell me they come forward. But I kind of feel like when you reset your view,
you're too far away. Like, yeah, I can see it in positioning on the seat, I'm fine, but I'm way too far away. So I end up blending back, resetting my view, and just coming forward a little bit. Because it's just a little bit far back for my liking. So I don't know if that's something you could change, or whether the seats come forward or something like that. Yeah, awesome, buddy. You do sit. I feel like they're on the rails. You can see the seats are in the far back position. I feel like I would definitely pull the seat forward at least 5 or 6 inches, because I feel like this is where I would be sitting, because my arms are comfortable here. Just my feedback, buddy. It's a fucking fantastic aeroplane otherwise. Display backup button. Sorry for swearing, but it's such a beautiful thing to fly. Check. Bleed switch is on. AC is on. We'll adjust the temperature there a little bit. For sure, yes, we've done all that. Standby instrument 1029. 1029 is set. Landing field elevation. System LFE. Checklist. Altimeter settings, yes, pitch roll and yaw. We'll adjust the pitch a little bit. And the yaw, we are quite heavy, so we'll go ahead and have I got the, why isn't that coming over? It's interesting, because no, I'll recycle you on. Your damper is off. What am I doing wrong there? That's where I get a passion is 100% acceptable. Hey Dark, sorry I didn't see your text there. What graphic settings are you using and what specs do you have? Dark, if you go ! specs in the or ! PC or ! computer, I think it is, you will get the chat, or you can just look below in the stream there, Dark. Sorry about the late reply. Sean does need to fly the Saab a bit more, in my opinion. What does this thing go on? Maybe if you go out of view, the click spot disables? Go out of view. Well, is it... I see the switch moving, but I don't see that moving. And my trim's definitely moving. It's not a big deal, I'm just going to have to watch it. No big drama, we'll keep on with that one. DI system, so initial separator and the pilot heat, left and right, and stall coming on. Initial separator check. Okay, taxi, yes, we don't need to worry about all that. That's done, yes. Okay, return, let's get going. So, taxi lights coming on. We'll go and put it into flight idle. I did set this push button as my toggle to get into taxi mode, which is nice. And we're going to taxi to the left. So park and brake off. We're clear on the left and clear on the right. Old mate's taxiing just there. That's the inertial separator on. Brakes released. Oh, leading edge simulations. I would do anything, and I'll even lend you guys a VR headset if you guys don't have one. If the dev team doesn't have one, if you can get icing effects and windshield effects in VR, I'd name my firstborn after you guys. I really would. Okay, so we are down here because that's a little taxiway down there. Oh, I bet, buddy, I bet. But I feel like it's a necessary evil without sounding selfish, because it's all headed that way. Toto is looking into it. Yeah, I thought as much. I know it's a pretty big thing to go and do. I'm not gonna, absolutely. Okay, over to you. Do a bit of a test of the TCAS system.
TAS system test pass.
Okay, warm up the missiles. The weather radar. Oh, sorry. I don't see anything in VR. Should I not see it on the ground? My bad. Is this for Hot Start Morning Club? It sure is. Okay. We'll go up here. We don't need to go all the way down the end. Might not work in VR. Hey Toto, how we going, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Hello. Yeah, it doesn't show up in VR. Well, I'll close it then. Alrighty, let's go ahead now and so Alt back, and I'll just pull up here. Okay, park brake on. Yes, I know the park brake is on. Let's just go and have a little bit of a look here. Where is it? Standby mode. No, I didn't want to test it again. Whoops, wrong button.
TAS
Rolls
system
right over the no
test
entry
passed.
sign, cool as a cucumber. He's got time for that. Operate. Just have a little bit of a look here that there's no one coming down finals on us. No. Okay, we're good to go. So, pulse lights on, strobes on, taxi lights are off. That one's done. Over to the checklist. Throttles, we want to feather it twice. It's funny, I did get the electric feather fault, electric ELEC feather fault, yet it's still feathered on me. I don't know if that was something different, but yeah. Okay, that's good. Flaps, one stage, DI system we've checked, flight controls. So we should be down for that one, we should be up for that one, we should be down, up for that one, we should be down for that one. Okay. Trim, we've checked, we know about the rudder trim that doesn't want to move. It still doesn't want to move. Passenger table, everyone, the passenger table's up, yep. Strobes, CAS messages, yes, just the initial separator and park brake. Fuel, we've got auto switching on, we've got no imbalance. Fly, yes, LFE's done, yes, 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 and yes. Alright, let's get going. Alright, clear right, clear left. I saw that. Must be a pulled brake or something. I wonder if I bumped it. Sorry about the black bars down the side of the stream, guys. It's an Oculus fault, and I thought I'd fixed it, but I clearly haven't. So I do apologise. When I turn my head, you get some black bars down there. I do apologise. All right, let's go. We are near the max takeoff weight, and flips up, deep on, there's 130, we'll go flight level change, zooming out, just go direct to that first waypoint, that'll fix that up a little bit. Let's go autopilot now. Flight level change. What have I got here? Cabin pressure. What have I done there? We've got blades on. Maybe. What's going on here? So just going a bit, we're just climbing a bit higher then. So autopilot on, nav mode on, flight level change. Why are you going? We might do. And I'm not getting it. It's not following the flight level change. What have we got? We've got GPS autopilot here and damper flight level change at 132. We've got no flaps. We've got enough power. Just I don't think I'm getting proper trim movement here, guys. Oh, that rudder trim's way out to the right. That doesn't look right. There's something definitely not right here. Okay, we're out of the muck, so let's get the inertial separator off. Get it open, sorry. So we'll see if it does the right-hand turn. We'll see how it goes in this turn here. But it's not holding 130 or 130. Okay, so it's turning us. What have we got here? Your damper's on. I've got a rudder to the far right. What do you suggest we do? I've got traffic behind me. There's one behind me. Yeah. Let's bring the noise down a little bit and put the headset on. How about that? So if I bring it... Yeah, this cabin altitude's filling with us. We got a leak. We can't, we're not going to be able to pressurise. Okay, well we'll go up to 13,000 feet for this trip. 13,000 feet. That shouldn't be that high, right guys? We shouldn't be seeing it that high. Check circuit breakers, no more than 10,000 feet. Copy 10,000, roger. Oh, it's a difficult one to get right, 10,000 feet. Okay, check the circuit breakers, okay. Is my Oculus going to crash here when I do it this time? No, but let's pull that out away from the circuit breaker so we can have a bit of a look here. Have I got lights for the circuit breakers? No, they're lights for my panel. What do we got here? I think I might have to jump out of VR to get down there and start fiddling with those guys. Seems that, yeah, they're all in. You see the white collar on them, that's right, yes, you would. So what we might do here is to say, disconnect the autopilot and just do a little bit of a correction here. So nav is the prime autopilot, nav flight level change again. It's going through that, okay. Oh fuck. Yep, it's closed and locked, don't do that to me. Okay, back down to about 10,000. It seems like there's no autopilot connection. Yeah, cabin alt, there you go. There's the cabin alt warning. Back down to 10,000. only land maintenance. Well, I checked the maintenance log before we left, and it was just the electric auto feather, but I feel like maybe something else is broken. Well, that's not working at all. That trim isn't working at all. I have 0 trim, that will be why. No trim at all. So we had the electric auto feather fault, but unfortunately when I was playing around with some scenery, the X-plane dropped my TBM and it landed on its tail, and I broke a whole bunch of stuff. I don't want to climb up here. And one of the things that broke, a whole bunch of stuff, and we'll just cut this corner a little bit. And I've been repairing it, but it looks like I haven't repaired all of it. That's what happened, buddy. Yeah, good old. I have. Oh, what have I done? Oh, you can't really see it. Let's just bring up this again. Can you move that out of the way? What have I? See if I can. This is getting really slippy. So let's. What have I got on heading? Whoa! Okay, I'm sorry. Cabin on, yes. The aileron trim. Yeah, I will do that in just a second. Okay, make an adventure emergency landing and fix it, then take off again. I feel like we should go back because I can't land into the field. What we're doing is we're going into a grass strip, Locher Airfield in the Alps in this, and I need a completely working aircraft. Just check the aileron trim. Whoop. Yeah, the aileron trim works. Yeah, that's working. Okay. Alright, so the trim linkages. Damn it. And so I've got, what have I got? I've got 78 hours on this aircraft, and I have done nothing to it. It's been perfect. I haven't broken anything. The oil, everything's fantastic about it. I've been really taking some pride with flying it. And then X-plane goes and drops it on its ass and breaks it, and I end up spending $500,000 to fix it. So that was kind of annoying. Okay, so we're going to divert. Yeah, but I liked having that number really low. Like, it was a sense of pride that I haven't written the aircraft off. Send the bill, Austin. You're damn right. Okay, so we're going to divert. We'll go back to where we came from. Actually, you know what? No, I'm just wondering if we just keep going. I'm just wondering if we keep going here, and because we're actually going to an airfield that's 8 nautical miles to the south of where we're actually going, because the actual airfield's not in the database. And I'm just wondering if we just hand fly, because we haven't got that long to go, and see how and just land there. Yeah, it's not a long flight. That's right. So we'll do the turn here, and then yes, I'm aware of the cabin alt. And we might land at, where are we going? Bologna. Bologna? That's where we're going, isn't it? No, we took off from Bologna. We're going to Bolzano, I think. Is that where we're going? I don't remember. Damn right, she'd be right, mate. I need another beer. That's the problem. Look, this needs to be fixed for us Australians. Old El Paso, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I think that's where the webcam is. You guys need to fix this. Us Australians do not fly with a coffee. We fly with a beer, a stubby. Next patch, please, gentlemen. Right, let's get back there in the flight path here. So let's go flight plan, view, wide, cumulative. Let's go in and scroll all the way down. What have we got here? We've got about 23 minutes. Yeah, it's not going to be too bad. Capital. Okay. Let's go to Bolzano. Get Bolzano up here. Let's get rid of you. Of course, not alcoholic beer. Alcohol. Of course. No, we're back on our flight plan now. So 22 minutes to go. Thank God it's not bumpy as all hell up here. That would suck. Yes, I know the Capitals. Alright, just get us in a position where it's fairly stable. Just to keep it reasonably realistic. Cider, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, cider, that works.
It's like I picked the wrong week to quit drinking.
Oh, my Oculus software crashed again. Hey, Larrikin. And I lost my touch ability. Yeah, we're going to jump out of VR here for this one, and I'll just get the aircraft set up for our arrival. Give me one sec, guys.
Helps if I switch mics. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, if I grab my joystick, the joystick resets to a center, which isn't in the which means I'm out of trim. So if I use the mouse to control it, I can hold it with that trim setting, because I can hold it and release the yoke. Okay, let's do that. Good old Oculus software's doing marvels tonight. So what happened with VR? Is that common? So Litig Edge, ever since I've redone my PC, my Oculus software was crashing on me when I bring stuff into VR like you saw me. It's crashing when I go to re-enter to change it when I click my Oculus button. That's a bug I never had on my old setup, and it's got something to do with having Intel display drivers and NVIDIA ones in the same system, apparently. So there is a process I'm going through to correct that at the moment. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the charts up for our arrival airport. Yeah, it's throwing it at me. It's throwing all of it at me tonight. It's funny, I've been flying off stream for the last maybe 3 or 4 hours, going in and out of the Rift, all that sort of stuff, flying the TBM all over the countryside, and not any problems. Press the stream button and boom. Yeah, I can turn that on, I think, in the explain settings, but in this case we'd be having real dramas, because I kind of need to hold it in place to keep it at a level altitude here. What do we got? We need to put an arrival So, can someone do me a huge favour? If you're in the chat, can you go !META METAR space LIPB? So Lima India Papa Bravo, please. And that'll give us the latest weather at our arrival airport. Makes it more exciting though. Damn thing. Thanks, Zill. Thank you so much. What have we got? Variable at 2. Cab OK. What are we? We're coming in from the north here. We come on runway 01 maybe. Just looking at the ground chart here, you can see our options are runway 01 or 19. Let me just go ahead and have a little bit of a look at the approach here. Runway 01. We can do a localizer DME. Yeah, that's probably good enough for us. And we're coming in from Vic. Bolzano, no, we don't want to do that one. Let's just check the aircraft here. Yeah, we're flying a little bit funky. Just correct that a little bit. Do a little bit of a turn back here. My Project Fly view of this flight is going to look pretty horrible. Yeah, okay, so doing here. We are flying out and away. We'll just turn back here. What we might do, just to make things less complicated for us, is we might do a couple of aileron trims to the right there, and we'll go back to narrow. Let's go ahead and go procedure. Let's put just the approach in for runway 0 VDMA. Wow, it's the only one we have here. From for yeah, well, OZE. Where's OZE? No, we'll go from for enter minimums. What do we got here? We've got 2,930. So we want on 2930. Enter load. Okay. Back to grabbing the yoke. No. Go away, iPad. Ah! It's the attack of the iPad. Go away, iPad. We don't want you. Oh, God. Okay, we're flying back to our route just here. Let's have a look here. What's going on here? Okay, let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and activate the approach from here. Let's just do it. Procedure, activate approach, enter. What have we got? Flight plan, enter. We want to be at 12,000 feet. At 12,000 feet. Yeah, we do. 12,000 feet at 4. Well, we're not going to be there at. We're going to be 12,000 feet at 4. That's for sure. Okay, so let's do our turn now. I'm wondering if we can just go to. So heading mode. We'll turn the trim off the autopilot, and if we go to flight director heading we can't do AP mode. Okay, so if we go on and just click AP mode. Oh no! Oh no! No! Oh, that was bad. That was really bad. We didn't want to do that. recommend you land ASAP and fix the aircraft before attempting a challenging approach manually. No one saw that. Nobody saw that. Oh god, there's going to be a whole lot more wrong with this aircraft by the time we get there. Okay, let's go direct activate. Yes. Let's turn direct. I don't know, you've gone back to school being educated like this. Okay, I need to get some stuff set up, so I need to get us on a heading of about there. We'll just click on heading for now to give us the that. We'll level it out a little bit, and as long as we kind of stay level here, we need to change the CDI here. Actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and get the frequencies set up. So what have we got? 1091. 1091. Switch you. Back to you. What have we got? 11705, 11705. Switch you. So that's set now. CDI, we want course 017. And I am looking at my chart just here, guys. Course 017. CDI 2, we can leave and we'll go back to you. And minimum set. Mr. Approach, Christ, that Mr. Approach is huge. It's a wall of text. Hey mate, I'm away less than 24 hours and you broke the TBM. Hey Leroy, yeah, totally fucked it. X-Plane dropped the TBM on its ass when I was playing with some scenery, Leroy, for the airport that we're meant to be flying into. And I haven't realised it's actually broken a whole bunch of stuff. But on a side note, let's just look at how beautifully looking. It looks amazing outside, right? We've got a totally broken aeroplane, but it does look pretty outside. That view, I need to bring myself forward a little bit in the seat. Okay, back to nav. So 12,000 feet is where we want to jump on this approach. Just double check there. Yeah, 4 at 12,000 feet. Okay. Saw the visor fall off. Yeah, I thought I'd fix my Oculus crashes, Leroy, and rolling back my driver. It doesn't look like that's fixed it. There is an Intel driver that they say you need to revert to as well, so I'll do that next. Look at that mountain. Look at those mountains. Do you reckon I got time to get a beer? Do you reckon I got time to restock? What do you guys reckon? Do you reckon we got time? Probably not. Well, we don't want to get too much higher here. Might have to put the oxygen mask on. Direct into. Yeah, it'd be nice if visual damage was a thing. That would be that'd be really cool. So let's go map and terrain. Okay, we have got some stuff that we could hit just here, up there. So just to be mindful of that. That mountain range just there to our left, we got to be careful here. So I was just thinking to myself, just quietly, if we couldn't get the terrain, if we could get up high enough because of for the oxygen. If we couldn't get up high enough, if we couldn't get over the terrain because of our concerns around the oxygen, we'd have to chuck the mask on and fly with the mask on to clear the terrain. That would have been cool. A-firm, Leroy. This is X-Zones A-firm. With 0 texture compression. The TI's got enough memory in it to be able to handle all that. Okay, where are we back Well, when I've got 12 gigs VRAM total, I didn't see any point. I thought maybe the compression did maybe take a few CPU cycles to do. Okay. I didn't think it was necessary when you've got about 12 gigs of VRAM. Because when I go into the menu there in X-Plane, I only see it hovering around about 6.5 gig after a couple of hours in the 7.3 flying across Europe. So I didn't think it was much of a concern. But yeah, if you still recommend having it on, I'll refer to your guidance there. Zoom level 16, I've pretty much covered all of European, and then the Orbix, real terrain or whatever they call it. And this terrain is getting high. That's okay. We're about to go into the valley up here, and then we're fine. Oh wow, it's all right. Okay. I can put the one stage compression on. Do you reckon that should be enough? Whoops. Alright, because we're getting close now, we might go ahead now and jump back into VR if I can just get the aircraft stable enough. Yeah, cool. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that after we land. Okay, let's go jump back into the. Because what could possibly go worse? Straight in approach should be nice and easy. So the stream is going to go back here just for a second. Enable VR.
Switch mics here. Let me know, guys, if the mics all roboty again. I'm not going to be able to see what you're typing here because I'm going to have it as voice, text to voice, so hopefully it comes through. I do apologise, guys, if it doesn't. I'm just going to have to concentrate here for the next little bit, hopefully without this bloody crashing. Can anyone let me know if you can still hear me, please? My Oculus crashed again.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go.
pause the sim here for a second, restart the Oculus software again, because that's just what we do. Go, alrighty. Oculus mirror. Switch. Oculus mirror, there we go. Alrighty, so
Twitter is a great place to hear about upcoming streams as well as schedule changes. Find more info at twitter.com/djsean00_.
Okay, you guys can see that. So we won't be, I won't be coming out of VR and pressing my VR button here, guys, because of the simple
I'm a
fact
bot.
It is going to stuff me up. Okay, let's get this aircraft under control here, and no coming out. Okay, where is...
We. Wolala.
It feels like it is. It feels like it's more sluggish as well. Flight plan. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we have got a V path there, which is good. So we'll just continue to fly that down into.
The nausea is very real at the back, ear. I never knew I had such a sexy voice. This one is for none other than Toto.
That's funny. Well, guys, I have to apologise for the shocking quality of my streaming tonight. I do sincerely apologise. Okay, let's break out to the left here and get on the localizer here.
For a good time, call DJ Sean.
That's not right. That's not right. That is right. There's the localizer. That's what I wanted. Oh no, that got rid of my, that got rid of that.
In the next episode. That's okay. You've shown me that I need to implement the VR yoke springing back to the neutral trim point. TBM 900 features a G1000, some textures and a model. Buy now at X Aviation for only $9.99.
Okay, copy. Okay, we need to be on descent now, so let's go down.
Landing gear.
No, it's a bit too far. Thank God.
Caution, cabin pressure warning.
Initial separator, yeah, we're
You broke my heart, Austrian controller.
Okay, so what should we be at this next waypoint? It hasn't got it, okay. Let's just keep the descent going because it's just down there. Oh, I see the strip. Wow, we are.
No. You were the chosen one at leading edge simulations. Land immediately. Or crash.
Oh, good Lord in heaven. All I wanted to do was do a nice flight into this lovely scenery. It's taken me half an hour to install, and I'm not going to even make it. I think we're going to be very high there. I see the strip just here. We're going to be miles too high.
Hurry up, I don't have all day. Houston, we have a problem.
We're going to have to do a little orbit here, guys. We are so high, it's not funny. So we'll just come over here. The valley's nice and wide. And
This can be a lot of fun.
for a good time, cool DJ. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. There's the runway just there. I don't know if you guys can see it. In between the mountains just there. But yeah, we're really high.
This isn't Austria though. So you may crash. OMG DJ, what's going on? You had one job.
Who was that? Let's turn the flight director off. That's pointless anyway. Who was that just saying that? Alright, we'll do a little orbit here and descend. Thank God for camo car. okay. If this was fogged in or clouded in,
Daz
it's
BT.
totally fucked. Oh, hey Daz. Hey buddy, I know, I've broken your fucking TBM again. Fuck's sake. Or is that not my airfield? Is that not my airfield there? Is that my airfield? LIPB? It is there, that's there. Yep, no, I thought maybe there was an airfield I had before it, and maybe that was the one that was lined up on. So we're going to do an orbit here, we're going to lose all this height. What a great place to orbit though, look at that. No idea if the wings iced up, because I don't have that in VR yet. But that's okay, it's coming. Fingers crossed.
The Hot Start TBM is the best aircraft for X-plane. Trust me.
Without a shadow of
I
a
know.
doubt. It is.
I'm a bot.
It is what it is. I love my Zimbo, but this is by far, yeah, I'll say this is probably the best. Absolutely.
I agree.
Okay, so we've got traffic here. We've got old mate that's following us. He's just here. So he's really high too. Maybe he's going to do an orbit as well, but we'll fly under him. We'll just extend our orbit here a little bit.
How could you not believe such a trustworthy voice? You looping around. What are you doing, Dave?
Sorry, Dave, I can't do that. There you go. Can you guys see the TBM up there? Oh, crinkling my neck. Okay, let us go, Shauna.
It's your boy Alfred. Hey, how are you?
Oh, you know, I've been better. I've had better days. I've had better streams.
Dave, I'm scared.
Can you just fuck off and let me concentrate here? No, don't do that.
Daisy.
There we go.
Ha 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 ha.
Hello. There we go.
Where's the barbecue?
There we go, that's probably enough height. Yeah, we got a red there. Let's keep the descent going. Whew. Yeah. I do feel like this is a little bit touchy there on the ailerons. I feel like that's a little bit touchy for VR. I feel like you got the roll nice. I just feel like it's a little bit too...
Barbecue.
Like
When
that.
you land a TBM, just throw some steaks on the exhaust.
Just feel like it's a little bit touchy there on that the elevator, just a smidge.
Minimum.
Surely you can't be serious.
Okay, continue. Freeway there and all the farming, the fields here.
Don't call me Shirley.
I am serious, I don't call me Shirley, get down. Checklist, we've done all that, we've done all that, we've done all that. Landing field elevation we don't need to worry about because it's going to make no difference, and check that, return. Okay, 2 white, 2 red.
Let them crash. Brace, brace, brace.
Brace.
Heads down. Stay down. Is this Innsbruck?
No, this is not. This is, Bolzano? Is this Bolzano? Well, I think so. Well, a couple of reds now. 3 reds. Okay, hold that there a little bit. It is a bit touchy there on that the elevator.
No, it's an Italian backyard cricket pitch. Okay Sully. You landed an Airbus. Now land a TBM.
Okay, I got one on the runway.
Pizza.
Okay, let's keep the descent going. A little bit high, 1 knot high. What a view. What a beautiful,
Some
place
brand
to
new
fly.
commands for Flight Simulator are now live.
Oh no.
Try,
500.
Project Fly or, Meter ICAO. Gear down, 3 green, meme machine armed.
No, wrong button. Check green, yes, we're down.
Sean gonna be 6 and out. LOL Toto.
Bloody Oculus software crashing. God damn it, that was the icing on the cake. Needed my charts too for this one. Just when you need it the most, Oculus is like, nope, no. It's like, just washing off some of that speed here.
That was a scenic approach, runway clear.
Airspeed.
I can sense a gear collapse on landing. Hey, that's pretty good. At Oiseon 00 landed with a rate of -112 fpm.
Yeah, that's not too bad, is it?
Pretty good landing.
Ugh.
With broken trims, you landed. Damn.
Yeah, we didn't do too badly there, did we? Oh,
Nice
my hands
one.
were sweating. Wow.
And now
look at
over
this
to
here.
Toto.
Well, if anyone's got a shortage of power poles or power lines, they're all in this part of Italy. What the fuck?
Don't worry, IRL, he'd be shitting bricks.
Oh yeah, I'm quite. My hands are very wet and damp.
Smug mode engaged. $4 million aircraft. No doubt.
Look at this airport though. What a pretty place.
TBM in hover mode. 3 o'clock.
Oh no, this is where he is. This is his bay. We don't want to go this one. Whoops. Yeah, because of the airport.
Perfectly executed flight. Not a single issue. Austin would be proud.
Because the airport that we're flying into is actually, it's a grass strip that goes down the side of a mountain. I had to turn the follow runway contours on, and the byproduct of doing that is that planes float when you're on VATSIM, and that's what we've got just there. This will do. We're just going to pull up here. Okay, we've been landed for about 2 minutes, haven't we? Blades off.
VATSIM, ground clamping, what is that?
Crack the door, headset off.
Brother-in-law. Same aircraft, 10 feet up, 11 o'clock. Okay, fix this bitch.
I kind of feel like I just...
Now smell the jet A.
Oh, stop beeping at me, aeroplane. Fuck.
Some this.
Don't touch that. Bad things happen if you touch that. I love that I can lean my head out the window and be like, hey guys. Wait. Oh, there's a wall there. I just hit my hand into the wall. Oh, get me out of here before something else happens.
Bahaha. At least it's not beer on the keyboard.
I'm sure that's coming. I'm sure beer on the keyboard is coming. Oh, okay. God damn. Oh.
BTW, the exhaust smell is quite potent when you open the door after a landing.
It would be. It
Hi.
would be. Hi, P. Bask, how you going? Welcome. Well, thanks, guys, for not taking this shit out of me on that approach. I really appreciate it. Let me turn the text-to-speech off. I kind of feel like I need to leave that on. I feel like there's way more comedic value in leaving that on. All right, let's find out what the fuck is busted in this airplane. My engine's good? Yeah, check. Landing gear, check. Electrics, checked out. Airframe, okay. Airframe. Oh, cabin pressure vessel, picked it. Rudder trim linkage, elevator trim linkage. I'm going to spend more money. I've already spent $832,000 on this airplane. And X-Plane broke it. I didn't break it. Oh, well, there's another 60. There's another 6.5 and 7.5. God damn it. Use Twitch donations. They're for charity. They're for charity. Okay. It's fixed. It's fixed. So, let's have a chat about what we're going to do next. So, that valley just here, 8 nautical miles up that valley, is our destination, which is called something. I've forgotten what the name of the field is called. It's called Locher Field. Locher Field. Locher Field? Locher? Yeah, something like that. It's this. Let's have a. So for those of you that have joined me before, I was when I was showing everyone where we were going to head. Let me just show you a quick link of the airfield of where we're going to go next. So this guy just here. So let's just zoom in there. So this is the field just here. So we're going to be landing. We're going to be coming up the valley behind the camera and landing on this field here, circling back around, taxiing down the taxiway, and pulling up just here next to the other Pilatus, or the Pilatus PC-12 there. So that's where we're headed, and it's only 8 nautical miles up the road. Just a gentle drive up the road. I don't think I've ever seen a streamer do a full flight on Twitch without breaking something. Is the same as the Scottish lock. Ah, okay. So it's low.
Nervous?
Yes.
First time.
No, I've been
There's
nervous
lots
lots
of
of times.
Right. Okay. Lock. So is it low lock? Yes, we have got runway contours on this time, which is why old mate's up there in the sky for us, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and let's go do that. So we'll have a quick look at the payload here. The fuel, we've got 120 gallons each side. That's fine. Means hole puncher in German. Well, there you go. That could be accurate. That could be very accurate. But what I'm going to do, guys, real quickly is get a beer. I think everyone can agree that after hand flying the airplane, the hallway here, and then landing with busted trims, and a busted pressurization vessel, I have earned myself a very quick beer. So let me go do that, guys. I'll be back in just a few minutes. You deserve a beer and a shot, a shot in the head. I'm really looking forward to this next landing. We've got to find it visually. There's no navigation aids. We're basically flying up that valley I showed you just behind me. This guy just here. This valley just here. We're flying up that for 8 miles, and then we're going to do a landing. So I'm going to fly up there nice and slow, mountains either side, in VR hopefully, God willing, and we'll see if we can land on this field. I don't think you should drink anything if you blow the tail sober. I didn't break this aeroplane. I want to be very clear. Austin did. X-Plane did. So let me go and do that right quick, guys. For those of you who haven't seen me before, I am DJ Sean. I'm a charity streamer. I do this to raise money and awareness for charity. 100% of your donation does go through to the charity, and I donate it all live at the end of the month, live on stream, so you can see where the money goes. And I post all the receipts below in our history. We have smashed our 2 goals for December. We're over $200 for Beyond Blue, which is a fantastic organisation that tackles mental health, helping people with anxiety, depression, and most importantly, suicide. So I think you'll agree that it's a pretty important charity. I'll play a quick video from them, get a beer, and I'll be back in just 1 or 2 minutes. I'll see you in just a sec.
Let's agree that everyone has things they have to deal with. Maybe something doesn't feel quite right. Or things just seem too much. And that may leave you feeling anxious or overwhelmed, maybe even depressed. If you're going through a tough time, sharing the load with someone you trust can make all the difference. And it's the first step to feeling better. If you feel like you don't have someone to talk to, you can talk to us. We'll point you in the right direction. The Beyond Blue Support Service. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Back before the timer even ran out. There we go. Cheers, everyone. Very much needed a drink. Okay, so the aircraft is ready to go. Everything that went wrong on that flight did go wrong on that flight, and now that I fixed everything, I don't need any of the autopilot for this flying. It's all going to be hand flying. How many hours have we got on this aircraft? 79.5. There we go. All right. Well, let's go ahead now and attempt to jump back in VR. Hopefully, we can do it without too much crashing, and we will get underway for our next leg. So let's go do that. So. Switching mics, get rid of you. You know how to approach it as well, PBAS? That's awesome. Okay, all right, sounds good. What do we got just there? We got anyone else here with us? No. Okay. I promise you those stains on the concrete are not from my TBM. Just being absolutely clear. All right, the stream is going to go black here for a second, and we'll enable VR. Okay. Let me chuck the headset on, guys. I'll see you in just a second. Let's get myself set up here. Now, where did I leave my beer? I have tendency to knock over beer and break things, and we're just going to make sure we keep that out of the way. One of the things I need to do is build a beer holder for my chair. That would be a brilliant idea. Alrighty, we're back in the TBM. Get out of the TBM and just go over here. Oh, there's a little thing there I didn't know. What's that? What's this guy? Oh, we can have a bit of a look around. Look at the TBM in VR. Such a beautiful looking aeroplane.
that guy. Can we do a bit of a walk around there? Have a bit of a look. I didn't hit anything. Come around here. Have a bit of a look. Everything's off. You're off. You're off. Around the back here. Checking you're good. Oh, that's a bit up close and personal. Have a look here. It's all looking good. We'll go about there. A good look. Tyres inflated around the back here. Yep. Leading edge looks clean. That's the stall warning just there. And oh, it looks so sexy, that. Looks so good. Alright. Alright, let's get back in the aircraft. Okay, can I get this without crashing? Oh, so far so good. Let's bring you in here. Toto added that 2 OCD developers that well and truly cover their bases. Okay, get rid of you. Yeah, you're out of the way. Speaking of that, lack of right door really messes with mine. We need the door right there, the lack of a door right there. That's the weather radar right there, isn't it? That guy just there, the black pod. Alright, let's close the door. Alright, on. Oh, we wanted you off, on. Yeah. Just a few mins. No worries, buddy. We'll just get booted up here. Have a sip of beer if I can find it in VR. There it is. Okay. It's such a nice place to be in the TBM. I really enjoy it.
Oral warning, okay.
Flight plan menu. Let's get rid of the flight. Yeah. Leading edge simulations, you just need to slow some of these down a little bit. They're just a little, the clickers are just a little bit too close to each other. It makes these windows just a little bit hard to get in. And there we go. We've already spoken about it, so I don't need to go on about it anymore.
Pause system test, okay.
What do I want to do here? I don't want any of that. System. Map. Back. Declutter, that's the one I wanted. There we go. Okay. Checklist. Okay, manual override is all the way back. You're off. Strobes. I don't turn the strobes on, I turn the nav lights on because I keep the strobes for when I'm lining up. Check Ox BP to on. Propeller area is clear. And what do we got? Timer there. Stop, reset, and start. It's 13. We are cool. I was going to run the engine a little bit longer, but it doesn't look like we need to run that dry start. Parking brake is on. 150 degrees within 30 seconds. Yep, no issues there. Second stage. Check. Starter is off. Parameters look good. Don't need to worry about that for the GPU. Throttle, flight idle. Stop the timer. Check the engine parameters. They're looking good. Okay, Ox BP to auto. Check. Generator switch to main. Yep. Standby. Yep. Main. Yep. Worry about the ampage. Yep. Yes, AP trim switch to on. Alrighty, Alrighty, let's go ahead and check the trims. Hey, that's looking good. That's looking really good. Okay, and the trim. Oh, gotta go down, but move my knee to move the trim down that far. Oxygen. A question I've got, guys, does that stay down for the entire flight and then up once you're done? Because I didn't get the squirt there. And I've got 14, just shy of 1400 there. I thought if I pull that out with that off, I thought if I pull that out and with that off, it would clear the pressure in the system, and then by doing that I get the noise. Maybe I got that wrong. Okay, let's test it. Oxygen, display backup button is done. Checklist. Bleed is on, as on, adjusted. Check. Pressurizing yes, we don't want to standby instruments 1030, 1030 is checked. LFA system, LFA is 789, which is right. Back to the checklist. Ultimate sensor checked, control more trims checked, de-icing system, that on, that on, that on. Hello, Thorder03, welcome to the stream. And that one's on. Okay, we're ready for taxi. P-Basker's just sorting himself out. We'll just give him another minute or so and then we'll get going. Let's just go back here and have a look. I'll zoom in to the ground chart here. I think we've got to enter and backtrack this runway, so we'll have to go and do that. I'm switching to the Baron to do the 229 had some issues. Okay, the Baron's going to be a lot slower than us, mate, so we might get going now and meet you up there. Right, and his name is John Cena! Thorder03, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream, my friend. The other TBM's moving, so we'll get going. Those notes of steering, yes. Flight instruments we've checked. CAS is door. Park brake, initial separation, and auto selector is now on. And LFE we've done. That's that checklist complete. Okay. So that's on, all the way there. Brakes are off, and we're rolling. Okay, are we going in front or is this guy going in front? I think we're going to go in front. Okay. We'll just pull up here, get in the front here. You go first. Alright, Zil, no worries. On the brakes, we're nowhere on the brakes, over to you, checklist, okay, feather it twice, it's done, flaps, one stage, de-icing system as required, check, you're looking good, flight controls. So yeah, that should be up, that should be down, you should be up, that should be down, and backwards and forwards we've got just there. Controls, trims are all looking good for this time. Pilot, yes, yes. Strobes, CAS display we've checked, yes, yes. And check, return, check, 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 check. Pulse them now. Alt. Test, actually that's not during the test. I don't know where we are going. Just follow me, buddy. We're flying up the valley to the right there, off my right winglet there.
system test passed.
I'm pretty sure that's the one. If it's not, fuck. And warm up that. Okay, let's get going. Clear on the left. Clear on the right. Brakes off. Quick swig of beer. Bit of liquid courage. Look at how pretty this is. Absolutely amazing. Fire station over there, and one of those ultra fast X-plane cranes. Okay, that's probably about as far as we need to go. I don't need to backtrack the whole way to this because oh god, oh. That's, I don't know what I'm doing. Nobody saw that. We went over a bump. Alright, let's just get off before I break something. Let's go. Yeah, but how good does it look? Alright, let's get going. A-firm trims are working. Yeah, trims are working nicely. We're good.
Terrain ahead.
Yep, I got it.
Terrain ahead.
It's interesting.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Hopefully this is the one. Maybe it's not.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Okay. Going to the expo, DJ Sean. Trying to get over, mate. It's on the other side of the world for me, so yeah, definitely trying. Okay, checklist. Climb, yes, trims, fuel damper, yes, lights, throttle, yeah, what else is looking good? Return to you. Maybe it's that valley just there to the right. Oh, I feel like I might have
Terrain
the wrong valley.
ahead.
Can we turn off the terrain? Can we inhibit that?
Terrain ahead.
I feel like we can. Press enter for
Terrain
TARS B
ahead.
page, press clear for previous page. Oh yeah, this guy just here. There he is. I could probably inhibit it from that page there. Hey Dart, how are you? Hello Senor. I'm good buddy, how are you? I'm just trying to find this valley that this airfield that we're flying to up the valley here. I'm pretty sure it's just there under me. It is too. It's right under me already.
Ahead. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Yeah,
Pull
yeah,
up.
we're good.
Terrain ahead. Pull
Yeah, it's
up.
right there. It's right
Pull
under me,
up.
just there.
Terrain ahead.
Okay. Let's turn. We'll climb and we'll come back around. Wow, it really was
Terrain
close.
ahead. Terrain ahead.
Yeah, there will be. I just don't want to go heads down here at the moment.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Terrain,
Pull
motherfucker.
up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Pull up.
We'll climb
Terrain
up
ahead.
and
Terrain
over, and
ahead.
then we'll go over this valley, turn down to the left, and descend and come up, fully configured.
Terrain ahead.
Okay, tours. Have we got options to deactivate that
Terrain
somewhere?
ahead.
Ah, yeah, there it is. I saw it. Back, inhibit. There we go. It's sorted now. Alright, looks good. Getting a few the old stutters in the sim at the moment. It's because I've restarted the Oculus for 150,000 times. That's what it is. Pull the tour circuit breaker. No, it's got inhibit there on the screen. Yeah, this is mountain flying. So we're going to come down the end here. Let's have a little bit of a look here. Okay, we've got traffic in the area. He's over here. He's probably going to go down the valley. He's probably flying down the valley now. So we'll hold our climb there. We don't want to climb anymore. We'll just come back on the power a little bit. So we're going to go down here and descend down here and then turn and go up the valley here off the left wing. Hand flying. Can we keep the descent going? We'll go around this big mountain just here to the left here at about 10:30 o'clock and descend down the valley. Yeah, Dart, my Christmas wasn't too bad, buddy. How was yours? I got a stack of family here at the moment, so I tried to squeeze in a stream. Break away from the family, break away from the drinking and the turkey, the ham overload, and get away from it all. I feel like we've left this too high as well. Might be too high here. Yeah, I'm over. Yeah, the fam can go home now. The family can go home now. We always host them, so it's always our house. And yeah, I'm good now. I've seen them, they can go home. Wow, look at that mountain range ahead of us. Wow. AFK for about 15. Leading, you're gonna miss my landing. You're gonna miss the landing, buddy. Okay, there's 170. You throw the gear out.
Minimum.
Continue. I'll stay for a bit. Yeah, we're coming in now. Hopefully. Otherwise you're going to watch a crash. Oh, we're close to that mountain. God damn it. Okay. Let's hold off the descent here. We'll throw the flaps out in just a second. Stage your flap. Two stage of flap. It might be over, it might be a bit further up actually. It might. We're in the Alps and we're flying into a field that is a grass strip, and it's not on any. It's got no nav aids on it, and we overflew it just before, but I thought it was just here, but it's not. It's over the next corner. So okay, we'll just keep flying up the field, fully configured. This feels really uncomfortable being this close. Everywhere in Italy. Okay, so it's around the next bend, so we go around to the right and then it's around to the left. I think. Just trim it out. Yeah, go straight down into the river underneath us. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it is literally just around this corner. Yeah, it is. So let's keep the descent going. Let's wash off some speed here. Your damper coming off. There it is. Yep. We got one in there already. Fuck, if I pull this off,
Minimum.
continue. This is a little bit above my skill level, I reckon. There's no fucking markings, it's just grass. Birds, no power lines. Jesus Christ. Oh, guys who built this thing, I'm so sorry for what I'm about to do to it. God, that's steep. God, that's steep.
Airspeed.
Oh, on the brakes, on the brakes. Oh, my hands are sweating. Yeah. Hi, everyone. So we go back down here. So flaps up. Now, where's the taxiway? The taxiway is down here somewhere. So there's, I think it's down here to the right. Pulsing. Some little taxi lights on. Yeah, it's a dart. It's a legit strip in the Alps. Absolutely. Hey, Leroy. This is that flying that we were talking about, buddy. This is what we want to do in the TBM. This is TBM country. All taxiways are coloured green. Okay, so there is a taxiway just here that we take off. We go down. Oh, Christ. Hover mode engaged. Yeah, this is it. I'm on the brakes. Easy does it. Oh. Oh, we've got a bit of competition down here by the looks of it. Got to fold the wings in. Here's someone's hot water service down here by the looks of it. Yeah, leading. I've got a little bit of reverse in. Oh, no shit, really? Oh, easy. Oh. So, if we go around here, there should... Oops, I dropped a VR controller. There should be a nice party trick here. Okay, or not. Where's my VR controller? I dropped my hand. There it is, down here. You'll get a warning first though. Okay, so, oh, here comes one other. So, the party trick I have is this. But no, what do I want? Ah, shit! Is this one? Hang on. What is it? Windows settings. Keybind. What was it? This one. This one. Numpad 9. That's what I've got pushed. Numpad 9. Why did that not work? Damn it, does anything else want to go wrong today? Oh, there we go! Welcome home, everyone. Let's go. I don't know if we should go in there. I don't know if we should, we might have to go under, old mate. You reckon? I reckon we'll fit. Oh, might be a bit loud in here. Perfect. That one there. Off, 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 off. Open you, off. Crack the door. Whew. So let's get you off, let's get you off, let's get you off. You. Off, off. Perfect. Off, off, and off, and off. Alrighty, let's go and have a bit of a look out here. I've never seen this before. What's going on here? New messages, there we go. Your emergency gear panel is off. Oh, did I accidentally open it when I was in the TBM, did I? Trackley, hello. Sorry I missed your message there before. Oh, it is too. Let's chuck that back on. Whoops, my bad. Sorry, guys. Let's go over here and have a bit of a look-see. Here we go. Let's just, we'll just lock the joint up to make sure that... Perfect. There we go. That was nuts. Oh look, I'm glad I didn't hit that. That would have been a bad day. No scrapes on the ends, and we got here in one piece. Alright guys, let me jump out of VR here and I'll see you all in just a sec.
And his name is John C.
I always forget to do that. Sorry guys, my apologies. So this is custom scenery. As you can see here, we are in the Italian Alps here. You've got to have follow runway contours on, which is bad if you like flying on VATSIM, because it means some of the aircraft float in the sky, which is a little bit annoying, but yeah, what are you going to do? Maxi Boy, hey buddy, welcome. Yes, this is a fantastic little airport. This is definitely one of my favourites here, as I've got my aircraft locked up underground. She looks like a lovely lady. So let's go, for those of you that want to have a bit of a look at the scenery, let's go check it out. So I'll show you what it is, and I will post the link in the chat so you guys can go and grab it. This guy just here, look at that. Look how good that looks. Just there. So that is the scenery just here. It does require an ortho tile and mesh. The README has a lot of steps in it. It's got a couple of Allure scripts in it, which are kind of really cool, like for the door that you see behind us just there. What a fantastic scenery. I have never parked my aircraft. I've never opened the doors of a hangar and explained, let alone parked my aircraft underground. That is pretty cool, even though there's a floating TBM just there. Alrighty, well that is the scenery there, guys. It gives you a whole bunch of information about it. the Alto Adige. Oh, totally making a hash of that. In the Italian Alps, they're 8 nautical miles north of Bolzano, where we landed. When the aircraft was in a pretty bad way. So yes, you will need an ortho-tile custom mesh for this, which they do give you all the information in the README for, and you will need to turn on follow runway contours. While I am here, I'm going to make a quick change that I was told to make. So no compression. We're going to turn maximum compression on there as requested. Is there a free TBM on the market? No, buddy, but this is the TBM that is right here is worth all the money in the world and a whole lot more. It is a, I might zoom it back a little bit just so we get the full, oh no, I went outside. Ugh. Oh, there we go. Can we get somewhat of a view of it without it getting all cut off? Kind of. There you go. It is very much well and truly worth it. So do spend the money, buddy, if you can. Okay, guys, what I was going to do is continue on flying to Frankfurt, but I'm having a whole bunch of some issues that I need to address. My Oculus crashing and all that sort of stuff is doing me no favors, so I will cut it short for this stream. I will be streaming over the next couple of days, so don't be worried. You will see me again doing some more flying. The weather in Germany is pretty cactus at the moment. But until then, guys, I thank you so much, Letting In Simulations, and Toto and Ilgorin as well. Thank you so much for being with me for the stream. I really do appreciate it. You guys have a fantastic aircraft here. A couple of tweaks to VR would be nice. I know it's really difficult to get some of the effects working in VR, but that would really be the icing on the cake on what otherwise is a fantastic aircraft to fly. I think I'll leave it there, guys. Dart, you just realised you had VR. It's all fixed. Yes, Dart, no, I'm borrowing a friend's one. My one still hasn't come back from repair. Anyway, sucks to be me. All right, guys, until next time, I'll see you all later. Thanks again. Bye for now.